stood in the bedroom as the room filled with silence. You are looking at the groom Jungkook with so many questions in your brain and your eyes waiting for him to change his same expression which he had for more than 10 minutes, and your ears are waiting to hear what he is going to say. Both of you were in wedding attire and this happened during your first night. Fine, I'm sorry. I don't know that I would say something like this, and you must not expect to hear it. Actually, I don't like this marriage, and my family forced me into this, he said, lifting his head up, and there was little guilty on his face, but covered with his cold expression. What are you saying, Jungkook? We just got married, and you're telling me that you're forced into this? He said, staring at Jungkook in disbelief. Yes, Vine, I'm sorry. I didn't want to ruin our wedding night, but I have to be honest with you, he said before saying this to you. I don't understand. Why would your family force you to marry me? Is there something wrong with me? Tears welling up in your eyes as you didn't expect this. No, no, it's not about you, it's about me. I have a lot of responsibilities and I was under a lot of pressure to get married. My family wanted me to settle down and focus on my work. He explained clearly, as I thought it might be. But what about us? What about our marriage? Was it all just for show? Your voice was trembling slightly. No, Ryan, I promise you. I fulfill my duties as a husband, but I can't give the love you deserve. My work comes first, and there is no room for a relationship right now, he said, looking at your face, and his voice looked steady as he was true about his commitments. So you're telling me to not expect anything from you? Is that how our marriage is going to be? He asked, holding up your tears in eyes. I'm sorry, Vine. I know this is not what you wanted, but I hope you can understand, he said, looking down. I will wait for you, Jungkook. You just don't have time for a relationship as you are committed to your work. It's okay. I will wait for you to understand the sweetness of a relationship and to make time for us. How about giving one chance to this relationship? He asked while wiping your tears, but he doesn't seem that interesting as he has same cold expression. I didn't know it would come to this. I never wanted to hurt you. I tried to tell you before marriage, but I didn't get a chance. Hope you understand it, he said and walked out of the room without saying yes or no to your question. You opened your eyes and realized it was a dream which recalled the situation that happened during your first night. You wake up and sat straight on the bed before seeing your husband who was getting ready to go for his office. Good morning, Jungkook. You greeted him as soon as he caught your sight. Good morning, he said in return with his famous cold tone without even turning his face at you. I'm sorry, I slept a little too long. Please wait for 10 minutes. I will prepare breakfast for you. You quickly got off the bed before tying your free hair into a ponytail, which is secured with a band. It's okay, Vine. I will have it in the office. He took his office bag and hurriedly walked out of your room, where you followed him behind. Jungkook, listen to me. I will prepare within 10 minutes. Just wait. You tried your best to convince him while getting down the stairs behind him, but I said no need. I have work. Leave me, Ryan, he said annoyingly and walked out of the house. After picking up the call I got, you stood at the last step helplessly and sighed heavily. Your face has a disappointment which was caused by Jungkook, who is always busy in his work. Jungkook and you got married for 6 months now. It was an arranged marriage done by your parents. Jungkook's mother saw you on the road while saving an old man from an accident. She was in her car at the time. No one came to save him as everyone was busy with their work. Only you saved that person, and the incident created a huge impression on you. She approaches your father first, and he agrees, as he heard them a lot. A father who thought of giving a best life to his daughter agreed to marry you with her son. Jungkook, who is the CEO of the top company in the country, doesn't interested in love or marriage as he knew he could not give time for family as he purely dedicated towards his work. But his mother forces him as well. You agree with your father as you don't want to hurt him. As you swept the floors and dusted the furniture, your mind wandered to your husband. In these 6 months, he never acted lovey-dovey with you, as he always acts full. He will always be busy at work and doesn't give you much time for you. While you cared for Jungkook and did your duties well, he immersed himself in expanding his company, working long hours. On rare occasions, when he was home, Jungkook seemed distracted, talking only of work matters before retreating to his study. You were preparing lunch for you, as he said he will have in the office. Then suddenly a notification popped up on your phone and its sound made you come out of your thoughts. You picked up the phone and about to open, but before that you got a call from one of your friends. Hey Ryan, did you see the clip I sent you? She called you immediately after sending the clip. No, I was about to check, but before that you called me. You replied normally as if you are not interested in any of the things other than your life. That's the wedding clip of Priya. Look at them, how cute they are, of course. Unlike your hot duo, actually, I call you to ask for your marriage clips. Girl, where are those? It's been 6 months since your marriage happened. Why didn't you send us till now? Tears formed in your eyes, but you decided to not let them out as you are trying to act strong. You were in your wedding day thoughts until you heard the voice of Sarah, who was shouting on the call. Vine, are you hearing me? Yeah, I'm hearing Sarah, but I'm sorry. I have an urgent work to do. I will call you back. Before she could say anything, you cut the call as you were so emotional right now. You remembered in what circumstances your marriage is running now. He said everything about his problem with marriage on the first night, and he told you to not expect anything from him, but in return, you agreed and asked him to give a chance to this relationship. As a gentleman, he agreed with you. Since that day, you're waiting to see change in himself, but at the end, it's giving you hurt. He never shouted at you by any chance. He would bring everything you need without saying anything. Only thing is, he doesn't act like you expect. In the mid afternoon, after washing the dishes, you stood gazing in the fridge. You wondered what Jungkook was doing now, if he had time to eat the lunch or was rushing through meetings. Your mind drifted to memories of your wedding, how handsome Jungkook had looked in his suit. You tried occupying yourself with hobbies, but a nagging feeling of loneliness lingered in your heart each night. You cared for Jungkook and wanted to be a good wife, keeping your home was comfortable so he had no worries. But part of you longed for Jungkook to see past responsibilities and obligations, to cherish you as his life, to know that your love and support meant something to him. That evening, as the sun began to set, painting the sky a mellow orange, you sat gazing at the city from your balcony, hugging a cushion and resting your chin on it. A soft breeze ruffled your hair as you wiped tears that rolled down your cheeks, missing the warmth of your husband's embrace. Clutching your wedding photo in one hand, you let out white sobs. Unable to fight the sadness overwhelming you, you gazed at Jungkook's face in the picture and whispered, I love you. Hope you realize it soon. Without your knowledge, Jungkook arrived home early that day, paperwork complete. Hearing faint cries from outside, he grew concerned and stepped on the balcony, stopping in his tracks at the sight before him. Jungkook's point of view, his usually composed wife sat with her shoulders shaking, face wet with tears, as she held their photo close. Jungkook's heart clenched, seeing you crying alone, realizing the pain his absence had caused you all this while. Understanding dawned that beyond work, husband and wife needed love and emotional support from each other. Next day, Jungkook stood near the wide window of his cabin and was deeply thinking about you. He was feeling guilty for not giving the life you deserve. He was feeling pain to see you crying and regrets for hurting you all these days. He knew you never forced him to change or did anything to gain his attention. You were like yourself and took good care of him as you respect him as a husband. Even though you felt him first, he fell for you harder now. Because of it, he is not able to bear your tears. He was not realizing that you already occupied more than half of his heart. Fine, I didn't realize I'm giving you so much pain. I need to fix this at any cost. He sighed deeply before walking towards his chair. That evening, Jungkook came home earlier than daily. You were surprised but didn't let him know it. I think you have less work in the office today. Let me get coffee for you first. You were about to leave the kitchen, leaving him in the living room, but you stopped, turning around when he said something unexpected. Wine, you wait. I will get coffee for us. Your eyes widened in shock, and your brain stopped processing what he had said. What? Don't worry, I might not make the best coffee like you do, but at least I can make good coffee. Just 2 minutes. He has that cold expression on his face and walked to the kitchen while he stood there trying to process everything. Is it real or am I dreaming? You pinched your arm and got to know it is real from the pain you felt. Later, he made you sit on the couch and gave you one cup while holding another cup for him. He sits on the opposite couch and sipping his coffee while looking at you. Taste it, wine. You smiled awkwardly, hiding your surprise and sipping the coffee silently, looking down. How is it? You lifted your head up and looked at him before nodding. It's good. Glad you liked it. Okay, you take rest. Today I will be preparing dinner for us. Grilled chicken and gimbap are your favorite dishes, right? You shook your head at first but immediately nodded as you were shocked again. Thank you. He smiled slightly and walked towards the kitchen while folding up his shirt sleeves as he already removed his coat. What happened to him? Did he hit his head to anything? Why is he suddenly behaving like a lovely husband? You were not understanding what was happening around. You went to the bedroom as he told you to fresh and come before he prepared dinner. After 1 hour, you came down and surprised to see the arrangements he made and you looked at the food he prepared. You were really impressed by his cooking skills and the way he presented it. He made it like a small date as he lifted up the candles on the table. Why did he set the table like this? You uttered those words where Jungkook heard, who just came down after taking a quick shower. Wine, you flinched slightly and quickly turned at him as he stood close to you. Jungkook, what is this? You asked, showing the arrangements he made. Because I realized something lately. Before that, could you explain why you cried yesterday? You quickly looked down as you understood. He saw you on the balcony last evening. Don't try to lie. Look at me. He lifted your head up and made you look at him. You could not stop tears forming in your eyes after looking in his eyes. It's nothing, Jungkook, just feeling a little overwhelmed, you said while controlling your tears. Is it? Do I have to believe it? You know, now you cannot lie to him. It's just that I feel so lonely sometimes. I thought our marriage would bring us closer, but you're always distant. I thought you would change, but you paused, as you didn't know what to say at that moment. I know, and I'm sorry. I never meant to make you feel that way. I just never thought I could love someone. But seeing you like this, it hurts me too. Really? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I know I should have, but I have realized something. I do feelings for you, Ryan. I want to change for us. Really? Yes. And I want to start by showing you how much you mean to me. I want to take you out on a proper date. That's why I prepared this. You are really shocked now, as you almost lost hope that this kind of day would come. But when he says it, you cannot take this much at a time. Jungkook, I never expected this. You know, I almost lost hope on you. He wiped your tears and pulled you into his embrace. Please don't lose hope. Thanks for waiting me all these days. I promise to make it up to you, Ryan. I want to be the husband you deserve. I believe you, Jungkook. I really do. He broke the hug and went on his knees while you stood holding tears in your eyes. Would you marry me again? I would love to start our journey with the heart of love and care. You slowly extended your hand while smiling through tears and nodded, pressing your lips to control yourself. His lips ring to your finger, where he gave another ring to you before you slip it to his finger. There he got up on his legs and kissed on your forehead, while his teardrop touched your forehead skin. I'm sorry for everything that I did. I really thank you, Wyan, for opening my eyes and my heart. You smiled and hugged him immediately. As you both embraced, the balcony fills with the sound of laughter and the promise of a new beginning for Jungkook and you. Things worth having are worth waiting for. Thank you for watching.